Morning, children. See, now we are entering into fourth unit. In fourth unit, we have got a long, interesting story. The title of Bipin Choudhury's Lapse of Memory. Bipin Choudhury's Lapse of Memory. This is the first part of fourth unit in our English syllabus. And there is one person called Bipin Choudhury, and he will be tackled and he will be tricked into a problem, that is a lapse of memory. Lapse in a sense, lapse is nothing else but loss or failure of memory. The failure or loss of memory can be named as amnesia. It is a kind of sickness or a illness, like forgetfulness. Simply we can say forgetfulness. And this lesson or novel or story is mainly focusing on the forgetfulness of a person, and it is written by Satyajit Ray, a famous Bengali writer. He is hailing from West Bengal. From West Bengal. He is very famous writer as well as filmmaker. He also got so many awards for his great documents of filmmaking and so on. He belongs to West Bengal. He is a writer as well as a director and so on. And he writes here a story called Bipin Choudhury's Lapse of Memory. In this story there are number of characters. Who are those characters? What are those characters? The main character is Bipin Choudhury. You can see here also. Next, his friend is there. Who is his friend? There is his friend. His name is Chunilal. Chunilal is the friend of Bipin Choudhury. Next, there are some other characters also. That is Parimal Bose and Dinesh Mukherjee, followed by Dr. Chanda. And this story, Bipin Choudhury and Chunilal are close friends. Okay? Like you have got your friends, close friends like that only. And Bipin Choudhury is a well settled person. But whereas his friend Chunilal, he loses his job. He will be facing some problems of finding out his job. Naturally, he approaches his friend and asks him to find out some job for himself. Who asks? Chunilal asks his friend to help him in finding out the job for himself. But he will be neglecting. Bipin Choudhury will be neglecting the proposal or request of Chunilal. He will be delaying finding out the job for his friend. That will be making him feel very sad. Chunilal feels very sad for his friend not minding his request. So only he wanted to teach a kind of lesson to Bipin Choudhury. So only he plays a clever trick, intelligent trick, knowledgeable trick here, so cleverly. What is the trick that is being played by Chunilal? We will see. Normally, Bipin Choudhury thinks himself as he is a perfect person like, and he always claims that he never has the weakness of forgetting things. He is always very strong in remembering things like. That is his confidence. So only Chunilal wants to damage his confidence, creating some kind of atmosphere, arranging some people there to make sure that Bipin Choudhury has got some problem with his memory power and so on. At last he proves who Chunilal, by all means, he confirms that Bipin Choudhury has got the problem of forgetfulness and so on, but he will be not able to believe himself. Who Bipin Choudhury will not be in a position of believing himself the problem of Chunilal, the friend of Bipin Choudhury, plays a trick, as I already said, to ensure that he has lost his memory, and he creates the atmosphere arranging some people, and he plays a nice trick on Bipin Choudhury. What is that trick that Chunilal plays? Here I have to say that one. He creates a story saying that Bipin Choudhury has travelled to Ranchi, and he went there for a tour purpose, and he has visited Choudhury Falls, sightseeing there, and he has fallen there, and he has got some kind of injury. These kind of things he creates as if they literally happened. In fact, according to Bipin Choudhury, they are not facts. They did not happen, did not take place in his experience. Only he creates, who is that Chunilal creates this kind of atmosphere. It is a kind of game, a trick that is played by Chunilal. But this man, that is Bipin Choudhury, he, from the beginning of his career onwards, he was with the intention of traveling to Ranchi. But he never made himself to travel there. He was keeping some kind of desire or wish that he wanted to travel to Ranchi. But he never went there. But Chunilal creates the situation that as if he went there, he has visited Choudhury waterfalls, he has fell down there, like he had got some kind of injury there, he made some of his friends there. All these things he creates. Who creates? Chunilal creates. All these things makes Bipin Choudhury to believe that he has got the problem of amnesia, that is losing his memory, that he thinks, and he will be totally disturbed with this conclusion. How I am able to lose my memory? I am alright, I am Mr. Perfect of remembering each and everything that happens in my office or in my life. How could I am able to forget? How could I forget some period of my life? With this kind of thoughts, he will be becoming sick. At one point, he meets a doctor. The doctor's name is Dr. Chanda. Dr. Chanda and so on. And here one more person we did not speak about. That is Dinesh Mukherjee. Dinesh Mukherjee is the character of someone who is created by Chunilal, that he also travelled along with Parimal Ghosh to Ranchi, which means Bipin Choudhury, Parimal Ghosh and Dinesh Mukherjee. These three persons, Bipin Choudhury, Parimal Ghosh and this Dinesh Mukherjee, these three have gone to Ranchi, it seems, according to the creation, play, fantasy, fiction of Chunilal. And the last character is Dr. Chanda. Dr. Chanda is a professional doctor to whom Bipin Choudhury goes to get cured of his illness or sickness. What illness has got? The illness of amnesia. Amnesia is a sickness or illness that is related with forgetfulness of memory or memory loss and so on. The doctor says, if you want to regain your memory power, you need to visit the places that you have forgotten, like that. Then to recall to his mind, generally we say, if any person meets with an accident or with fire accident and so on, it is some kind of big danger if they lose the power of speech or the power of remembering and so on, these kind of things. Again we will make them meet such kind of dangers only, thinking that they will be recovered and so on. With this intention, Dr. Chanda asks him or prescribes Bipin Choudhury, you better visit the same places of Ranchi and Budra Falls and so on. There may be chances for you to recall to your mind what you forgot, like that. Following the suggestions of or prescription of Dr. Chanda, Bipin Choudhury goes to Ranchi. After visiting those places, he feels really that he has lost his memory and he is totally disturbed and he falls down there. And some of Gujaratis will help him to get up, to rise up and so on. He will be taken to a hospital again. He will be meeting Dr. Chanda and so on. Meanwhile, he gets a letter. That letter is written by his friend Chulila. And in that letter, Chulila clearly explains that you don't worry about your sickness. This everything, the game is played by me. I only created this kind of fictionary story and so on. This is all only because you have neglected my request. What request he has requested to Bipin Choudhury? To find a job for himself. He was not minding at all his request. So only to teaching a kind of lesson, Chulilal had played this kind of trick. He reveals all the secrets in that letter. When Bipin Choudhury reads that letter, he really remembers that he has neglected the request of Chulilal and so on. When Dr. Chanda comes to him again and asks him how he is feeling now and so on, he says, yes, I am really thankful to you because after traveling to that place, I remembered everything, like that he says, without getting any treatment on it. Dr. Chanda will be surprised. I have never seen this kind of case in my profession. What profession? Doctor profession. Like that, and he also mentions in his journal that this is a typical type of disease or case and so on, like. And these things will be followed. At the end, he recognizes his mistake of neglecting his friend's request and he finds a job for Chulila. This is the brief summary of the lesson and so on. Now we will see in details. Shall we see? Yes, I will read it for you. This story by Satyajit Ray is a humorous story. It is a kind of comedy. It is a kind of comedy, a comic story. Comic story, humorous story. It creates a lot of fun and so on. Who wrote this one? Satyajit Ray. Yes. Story of a man named Bipin Choudhury. He is restricted and tricked into thinking that he had a memory loss. Bipin meets a man who tries to recall a particular event about which Bipin himself has no clue or no memory. He meets a person, that person will be recalling all the incidents that who is part, Bipin Choudhury is part of and so on. But he will not be able to remember all those things. Yes, he feels that he is sick and he has been attacked by this. This is called amnesia and so on. He confirms himself. He comes to a conclusion that, oh God, I lost my memory. I am sure that I am attacked by the disease of amnesia and so on like. So he wants to meet a doctor and so on. Who? Bipin Choudhury. To recover his memory, to recall, to resume, to get back his memory, he goes out and he interacts. He speaks with some kind of people and so on. With people who recount that event of which Bipin had no recollection. They all will be able to remember the incidents that he had travelled to Ranchi and he enjoyed there and so on. But he will not be able to remember anything, it seems. Yes, he is eventually convinced that the event did take place and he is suffering from amnesia. All these events will enable him to think that he is confirmedly attacked by the disease of amnesia, the forgetfulness, losing of memory and so on. Yes. The story follows his struggle as he tries to recover his memories and find out the truth behind the whole story. The whole story is playing around the incident, the main thing, that how he will be able to recover his problem of amnesia or losing the memory and so on. Yes, however, we come to know that by the end of the story that he did not suffer from any memory loss, but it was tricked by his close friend called Chudhury, as we already mentioned. We will come to, then we will feel what? We will feel so laughing, we will feel so amused. Oh my God, this kind of trick is being played by his own friend and so on like. Yes, what is his friend's name? Chudhury. It was because Chudhury was suffering from a financial crisis and he requested Bipin Choudhury to find him a job. Yes, as Bipin was unable to help his friend Chudhury due to his preoccupation with other tricks, with other tasks and so on, because he is put up with many other business, office work and so on. So he was not having any time to think about his friend's request and so on. So he was unable to find a job for his friend. Chudhury was hurt by his indifference. Who is hurt here? Chudhury. He was thinking Bipin Choudhury was his close friend, he will help him like. Now normally we say no, one saying, one proverb, a friend in need is a friend in deed. A friend who helps for us in some kind of problem and so on, that friend only is a real friend like. So only thinking that kind of thing, that kind of idea and so on, Chudhury asked Bipin Choudhury, but he did not mind. So only he was hurt, he felt so pain. Why? My friend is not helping me. Let me teach a lesson to my friend like that. So he played a trick. Who played a trick? Chudhury. Yes, unable to help him due to his busy task. Thus, he made a plan to trouble Bipin and created circumstances that made Bipin believe that he had the problem of amnesia. He created whole story. Chudhury. And all the arrangements of Chudhury enabled Bipin Choudhury to believe that confirmedly he has been attacked by the problem of amnesia and so on. Yes, he convinced others to partake in his plan. Who? Chudhury. He convinces Parimal Ghosh, he convinces Dinesh Mukherjee, he convinces other people, whomever Bipin Choudhury is going to ask. They all say that, yes, you Bipin Choudhury have travelled to Ranchi You have visited the place called Budra Falls. Why? Along with you, we have also traveled. Why you are forgetting? Why you are not able to remember those things? Like that, shockingly, they also played very important role of confusing him and so on. Surely he is confused. Who? Bipin Choudhury. First, a man named Parimal Ghosh. The story starts with this man. At a bookshop, Bipin Choudhury meets Parimal Ghosh. He doesn't know. Bipin Choudhury doesn't know who is Parimal Ghosh and son. He will be always looking at him. And he says, who are you? Do I know you? Have we ever met like that? They ask. Parimal Ghosh says, yes, don't you remember? We have met there. I know everything about you. Are you not able to remember me? Like that. Then this fellow will be astonished. Who? Bipin Choudhury. How come I am able to forget the people whom I have met? Are they like that? He will be shocked. First, a man named Parimal Ghosh strikes up a conversation with Bipin Babu at a bookstore because Bipin Choudhury has got the habit of visiting a bookstall for buying books because he has got the habit of reading the books and so on. Yes. As they were old friends, he introduces himself. Already we have met. Don't you remember me like that, Parimal Ghosh? Parimal Ghosh tries to remind Bipin Choudhury, but Bipin Choudhury will not be able to remember anything else. He feels very shocked, annoyed and so on. Bipin is visibly confused since he had never met that kind of man. He says, excuse me, I think you are talking with wrong person, you are mistaken. I have never met you like that. But Parimal Ghosh says, yes, we met and so on. He will be totally in kind of dilemma and so on. And Parimal Ghosh then proceeds to talk about the trip that is to Ranchi, that they took to Ranchi, but Bipin could not remember any such kind of trip. Parimal Ghosh reminds Choudhury, hey, don't you remember that we went to Ranchi like that? But Bipin Choudhury won't remember anything of that kind of thing and so on. Yes, he will be totally in kind of not acceptance and so on. Yes, Parimal was sterned and claimed that he could call Dinesh Mukherjee and witness since he accompanied them on the trip. Where he says, he demands, if you don't remember, you make a call to your friend. Who is this friend? It seems here again Dinesh Mukherjee, one more friend like Dinesh Mukherjee went along with him to Ranchi. So only Parimal Ghosh asks Bipin Choudhury, if you want to get confirmation that you have travelled to Ranchi, make a call to your friend called Dinesh Mukherjee and ask him whether you have travelled to Ranchi or not. Like that he asks. Okay, you understood? Then Bipin Choudhury goes to make a phone call to Dinesh Mukherjee. At first he doubts himself. If I make phone call, the person says, did you forget that we have travelled to Ranchi and so on? It is confirmingly conclusion that he has been attacked by amnesia and so on. So only he doubts of making phone call to Dinesh Mukherjee and so on. To his shock, Mr. Dinesh confirms the same and thus his tension increases. He confirms when he makes a phone call to Dinesh Mukherjee and asks him about his trip to Ranchi and so on. He says, yes, we have travelled, I also travelled along with you, we went and so on. Then his doubt increases. He feels utterly failed in keeping his memory strong and so on like. His tension increases. Chunilal then makes an appearance inquiring about the job. In between, Chunilal approaches him and asks, dear friend, what about my job? I have requested you like that. But here, this time also, he will not give proper response and so on. But Bipin sends a servant instead of himself, and he says to go and come next time and so on. Still, in a confusion state of mind, he later asks Chunilal about the trip, which Chunilal confirms by saying that he was the one who booked his ticket. First he asks Dinesh Mukherjee, he confirms. Next he asks Chunilal. He also confirms because he is the one who created this kind of situation. This kind of situation and so on. So only he says, yes, it is I who have arranged for you the tickets to travel to Ranchi and so on. Two members, Chunilal as well as Dinesh Mukherjee. Both of them will give some kind of evidences and proofs saying that Bipin Choudhury has travelled to Ranchi. He will be in utter disbelief. How come I am unable to remember? How I am able to forget like that? He will be feeling so much tensed. Yes, finally convinced there was something wrong with his mind. At last, he thinks, yes, I am being attacked by the problem of amnesia. I need to meet a doctor. Like that, he thinks of himself, and he consults a doctor. What is his name? Dr. Chanda. Yes. Now, his fear and finally convinced there was something wrong with his mind and decides to consult a doctor called Chanda. The doctor is also left perplexed and comments that he is not good enough for his case. By diagnosing his disease, he says, I am sorry, I am unable to understand your problem. So I want some time like that. He also feels perplexed, confused, shocked at this kind of case that he had never met in his doctor profession and so on. Who? Dr. Chanda. However, the doctor advises him to visit the same places that he forgot to trigger, to help his mind to recall back. Like he prescribes to him, he says some suggestion, he gives some suggestion to go and travel to Ranchi, and there will be chance for him to recall his memory back and so on. Consequently, Bipin Choudhury falls unconscious at Hudro Falls, and two Gujarati persons help him. He travels to Ranchi, and there he goes to visit the site of Hudro Falls. But he will not be able to remember anything. Everything will be looking for him something like new. So only he feels unconscious. He falls down there. Two people from Gujarat who came for trip there, they help him get up and so on. Yes, that's happened in Ranchi. Bipin decides to go back to Calcutta, where now he is normally living. Bipin is living in Calcutta only. From there he went to Ranchi. In Calcutta only these things are taking place. This play, this trick, this drama, everything is. So he wants to come back to Calcutta. Now where is he? Now he is in Ranchi. He fell down there at Hudro Falls. Yes. Now his fear and anxious were at a crucial stage. So much he has become so much tensed. He wants to get back his memory. Fearing he would soon lose all his recollected memories, he called Dr. Chanda to see him. Again he calls Dr. Chanda. Sir, please come and treat me. I think I am losing my total memory and so on like that. He calls Dr. Chanda. As he waited for the Dr. Chanda, a letter comes from Chunilal. He receives a letter that is written by Chunilal. When Bipin Choudhury is waiting for his Dr. Chanda to come and give him treatment and so on, he gets a letter which is written by Chunilal. In that letter only he explains all the problem. As he waited for the doctor, a letter from Chunilal was delivered by his servant. In the letter, Chunilal confesses, Chunilal admits, Chunilal acknowledges that this problem is only because of my creation of the fiction that I have created. So only because you have neglected my request of finding a job for me. So only this is I who is the cause for all your problems. Like that Chunilal confesses in that letter. Yes, that it was he, the one who was the cause to his problem and so on. Instead of being angry with Chunilal, after knowing that this is only a trick of Chunilal, he will not get any angry. He will not become any angry, but he will understand the problem of Chunilal. Who will understand? Bipin Choudhury. Despite Chunilal's actions, felt relieved and felt no animosity towards him. He will not show any kind of grudge, any kind of offensive looks and so on. Who? Bipin Choudhury. Because all his tension is calmed down. He understood, oh my God, only this is a trick played by my friend called Chunilal. Thank God I don't have any amnesia. I am not attacked by any disease like that. He will be at peace. Yes. When the doctor arrived, which doctor arrived? Chanda. When the doctor arrived, Bipin decided to lie to him and claimed that he remembered everything about his ranch trip after revisiting the place. When Chanda came there, when Dr. Chanda came, he tells the lie. Bipin Choudhury says some lies to Dr. Chanda. Yes, doctor, I have remembered everything after traveling to Ranchi and so on. In fact, it is not the truth. How he is able to remember? Because of the letter of his friend Chunilal. He understood the problem. It is not my reality of losing my mind or memory. It is only arrangement and creation of my friend's trick. Who is the friend? Chunilal. So only he comes to a conclusion, feeling of something relief, that I am not attacked by any amnesia and so on. But he will not tell the truth to Dr. Chanda, and he says a lie. Yes, doctor, because of your suggestion only, I have travelled to Ranchi and I have seen waterfalls on all the sites there in Ranchi, and now I am quite able to remember everything perfectly. I have no problem of amnesia or losing my memory and so on like. Obviously, definitely, doctor feels surprised and shocked at this kind of unusual incident and so on. When the doctor arrived, Bipin decides to lie to him and claimed that he remembered everything about his Ranchi trip, and after revisiting the place, the doctor was once again confused by this kind of unusual behavior of Bipin Choudhury, and the doctor said that he would write about this case or this incident in his medical journal. Who said this? Dr. Chanda. In my profession, doctor profession, I have never seen this kind of incident, so it is something different from the other cases. I would like to mention about it in one of my journals and so on. This is the quite summary. When you go through the lesson, you will find so much in depth. So many vocabularies are there, and you can have so much of fun and entertainment and so on. Everybody, whoever reads this story, they will be amused. It's quite interesting because all the credit goes to Ray and so on. Go through once again the textbook lesson and try to find out the answers for the questions that are given at the end of a textbook. Thank you for listening and so on.